Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I hope you are all doing well today, inshallah. Our lesson today will be from the book Mind, Body and Soul by Sheikh Ali Khalfi, and we are on page 58. We will be covering the Asma al Husna today, not the entire Asma al Husna. We will go through a few names. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. The most beautiful names of Allah, Al-Asma al Husna. Allah has described himself in the Quran through his names and attributes. Muslims believe that studying these names and attributes is one of the most effective ways of strengthening one's relationship with God, with Allah. Each name and attribute nourishes a kind of consciousness, awareness, and humility in man, and their study leads one to constantly better their actions. Allah says in Surah Al-A'raf, verse 180, the most beautiful names belong to Allah, so call on Him by them. Some of the most beautiful names include Al-Basit, Ar-Rahim, Ar-Rahman. Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim are the first names mentioned in the Quran. Muslims start everything with, in the name of Allah, most merciful, most compassionate. And what do we say? We say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim before starting any action or when intending to do something. These names are derived from the word Rahmah, which means care, mercy, compassion, and love. Allah mentioned these names before every surah in the Quran except one, and that is Surah Tawbah. But we do not know the exact reason why it is not mentioned before Surah Tawbah. The reason for mentioning them so many times is to engrave in our hearts that Allah's mercy is so vast and wide, and that He loves us more than we could possibly imagine. We cannot be merciful to Allah, but Allah is merciful to all His creation. Allah is Al-Basit, meaning the one who expands things for us. Allah expands our hearts to love our parents, our teachers, our family, and our friends. He places in our hearts the capacity, the ability to love animals and plants, and even inanimate objects like toys and books. We shouldn't take on these qualities by doing the following: being merciful to all creation, saying good things to people, putting a smile on people's face, and speaking good about people when they are not around. So we must always be aware of that. The next name we go to is, sorry, let me just turn the page here, go down, scroll down. The next few names are Al-Khaliq, Al-Bari, and Al-Musawwir. The names Al-Khaliq, Al-Bari, and Al-Musawwir are three of Allah's most beautiful names connected to creating and fashioning. That to making. Al-Khaliq means the creator. Al-Bari means the originator. And Al-Musawwir means the one who fashions, molds, and shapes. There are numerous examples in the Quran where Allah Most Merciful makes us aware of the beauty, creativity, and perfection in the way He created, originated, and fashioned things. A very easy example is if you look at yourself in the mirror and you look at your sibling in the mirror. Are you the same? You have similarities, yes, because you come from the same parents. But you are not the same. Allah had made each one of us beautiful and created our appearance perfectly in the eyes of Allah. right? So we need to accept this appearance and love this appearance and look after this vessel, this body, this face that Allah had given us, because Allah had created us most beautiful, because He is the fashioner. He is the Al-Musawwir. Allah makes us beautiful. Allah most merciful says, وَاللَّهُ أَخْرَجَكُم مِّن بُطُونِ أُمَّهَاتِكُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ شَيْئًا وَجَعَلَ لَكُمُ السَّمْعَ وَالْأَبْصَرَ وَالْأَفْئِدَةَ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَشْكُرُونَ. And Allah has brought you out from the wombs of your mothers while you knew nothing. And He gave you hearing, sight, and hearts that you might give thanks. Okay? So from this verse, we learn a few things, right? A few very important truths. Number one, our mothers are our origin. Our mothers knew before we knew. A mother's nature is knowledge, but not just ordinary knowledge. Her knowledge comes from experience. So listen to her. Allah created the womb of our mother as our first earth for us. Allah created her blood as nourishment, as food for us while we were in her womb. Then He, the most merciful, created for us the facility, the faculty, of hearing, sight, and heart to feel and experience love, care, and compassion. If you were not able to see, you would miss out on all the beauty that Allah had created in this world. Even within yourself, you won't be able to see it. If you are not able to hear, you will miss out on that. But even that would be a blessing from Allah. Okay, because you won't hear all the noise. So the fact that you have a heart, you can feel, you love your parents, you love your siblings, you love your family and your friends. Your heart, you can actually feel your heart beating. This is a mercy from Allah. Without our heart, would we be alive? No. So Allah created all of this for us so that we may remember where we came from, and so that we may become grateful and show thanks to Allah, to say, Shukr Allah, thank you Allah for the gifts you have bestowed upon us. Allah most merciful says, do they not see the birds held, flying in the midst of the sky? No one holds them up but Allah. Verily, in this are clear signs for people who believe. Allah creates everything, including the birds we see every day. So you ask yourself the question, who can keep this bird suspended or up in the middle of the sky without any support? There's no strings over there. There's no crutches or anything. So your answer will be, it is definitely 100% not human beings who can create such a miracle. It must be a creator who is all wise and able to create things human beings can never create. The bird is a sign of Allah's boundless creative beauty. The way the bird is fashioned with strong muscles and large lungs should bring to mind Allah's attribute, Al-Musawwir, the one who fashions in the most beautiful and perfect manner. The sky in which the bird spreads its wings should remind us of Al-Bari, the one who creates or originates something totally unique. Who else would have created the sky with such perfection? And this is only a few examples of Allah's name and Allah's attributes that we can reflect on. If you were to look around you, listening about this lesson, you could mention endless amounts of Allah's rahmah, Allah's mercy, Allah's different examples of Al-Musawwir, Al-Bari, Al-Khaliq. So what I would like you to do, just 5 points, right? Use this 6 names that you have of Allah. You have Al-Basit, Al-Rahim, Al-Rahman. Then you have Al-Khaliq, Al-Musawwir, and Al-Bari. Maybe listen to the lesson again and give us one example of each name of Allah. I hope that you enjoyed this lesson and we will continue next week again, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.